you. The wall, tip of the heart would be up here. It's obscured by shadow, but the wall comes to here and then should extend up to about here. You can see that it's sort of not very tall, but it's long. The defect is longer. And so in this view, it's about 6 millimeters, so like 3 by 6 millimeters, which puts it in about we would say it's a large. It's not very large, but it's a large defect. I think it's very likely that the baby will need surgery to close it. I would hope it could close on its own, but sometimes these ones that extend to this area don't seem to do that as well as others. So still as before, we typically don't see any symptoms early on in life. There's occasionally surprises, breathing problems sooner. But the typical course, that which 90% plus babies would follow, is not having any symptoms early on, like for the first few weeks, behaving just like a normal baby. And then slowly needing some help to grow well and to deal with any symptoms of fast breathing from this. So what we could see at a few weeks would be needing extra calories because the baby's burning more calories. And how do we do that? Are you planning on breastfeeding or bottle feeding? Bottle feeding. So if you're bottle feeding, we're just watching the baby's growth very closely. You know, you have one child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Babies already go to the doctor so frequently early on.
Mm-hmm.
So we would do even just a little bit more frequently than that. Not every day, not twice a week, but sometimes it might be every week to make sure. And then as long as baby's growing well, we don't do anything but extra. But if we see baby's burning too many calories because of doing extra work because of this, then we would have you mix the formula even stronger or higher concentration, and we would give you instructions on that if the baby needs it. If we saw the baby breathing a little fast later on, we would give a medicine called Lasix or furosemide, which if you've ever met adults who have different heart issues, completely different,
Mm-hmm.
they'll take like a water pill.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, and it is the same medicine, and it helps the baby to breathe easy. Because our goal is basically, in the short term, make sure the baby grows and develops well and doesn't get sick and end up in the hospital from this. And then in the long term, lives a long, healthy life.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the short term, the answer for that is, if needed, medicine and extra calories. And for the long term, it's if we see this isn't going away and it looks like it's not the kind that's gonna go away, which I can kind of suspect, which I know you probably prefer like a very concrete answer of, I would prepare myself as a parent that, well, my child's gonna need heart surgery. The timing's not always known perfectly, but sometime in the first 6 months. And if I give you a pleasant surprise of, it's getting smaller on its own closing, be happy about that. That's what we would hope for and pray for. But knowing and expecting that this type doesn't usually close up on its own,
Mm-hmm.
and we're probably going to be needing the baby to have surgery to help with the long term, which is long, healthy life.
Mm-hmm.
And so short-term symptoms, like a little bit of fast breathing or trouble gaining weight, can be dealt with medicine and extra calories. But if we see that, then we know to help the baby's long-term prognosis, we need to do surgery. And with surgery early on, the modern era, long-term outcomes should be very good. When would surgery be? We generally, for defects like this, say 4 to 6 months. Based on my experience and what I'm predicting, I think there's a chance that baby might need surgery earlier than that, just given the size of it, but that's a guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be 2 to 3 months, it could be 4 to 6 months. It's really just kind of prepare yourself, watch and see. We're gonna make sure short term we keep the baby healthy out of the hospital, and then long term likely needing surgery. Questions?
No.
So.
Hi guys, I am back with a super quick update. So today, this piece of my hair is hanging out and this is looking ridiculous. I can't fix it. But So today I had my last echo of my baby's heart. I'm nervous, but basically the doctor said that he will for sure need surgery, which I think I explained in my last video, which we knew. Like, he has 2 holes, one at the bottom, one at the top of his heart. The one at the bottom is small. I think he said it's like 3 millimeters. The one at the top is, he said, large. And he said will most likely not close on its own. He said I wouldn't really expect it to close on its own. So he said I expect him to have surgery. I could have sworn he said depending on how he's doing on like feeding, if he doesn't look like he's gaining weight, and then if depending on how his breathing is, and if he needs to go on medication to help him breathe better, depending on how all that is, after I have him, it will either be 2 to 4 months, or surgery will be at 2 to 4 months, or at 4 to 6 months. But I recorded my entire appointment, so I will try to edit it. Y'all know I cannot edit for nothing, but I will try my best to edit it and put it in there so y'all can see. They said he's about 4 pounds. Sorry, that's my daughter in the back, kicking her feet on the window. But he's about 4 pounds, and I'm a little nervous because I'm basically 34 weeks, and I have basically a month left, and shoot, he gonna be huge. My daughter was 4 pounds. I said 4 pounds. Oh my god, she was 6 pounds and 4 ounces. So I can only imagine. Oh, I got a month left, and the way that I'm eating, he might be big. So that's really it. I don't really have any other updates. I'm gonna try to post a hospital bag, what's in my hospital bag video. I have some other videos I'm gonna post. My forehead looks so weird on here. What's wrong, Sting? So I'm gonna tend to her, and then I'll try to upload this video later today, hopefully.